So let's get started with today's 3 at 3. The 3 at 3 is presented every day at 3 p.m. Eastern Time by me, Jon Najarian. And our disclaimer is that this is being presented for educational and informational purposes only, and that all investments involve risk. Our intellectual property rights are the following, but not limited to, according to the lawyers. We do have registered marks, we have trademarks, we have patents, we have copyrights. Please, before you seek to reproduce anything that I'm about to cover, please ask us prior to using it. Thank you. All right, let's do a quick recap from yesterday. CCL, bullish call buying stock was 27 at the time. They bought 1.7 million share equivalent. You heard me on the halftime report today. Somebody came out and upgraded stock. You think maybe somebody got a little tip that might be coming? Maybe. Anyway, they were buying the March 29 calls that expire this Friday. As I said yesterday, I bought the 27 calls, sold upside calls against them. Why? Because doing that one-to-one means that I take less risk. I have money at risk, that's true, but I'm putting less money on the table because I have sold an upside call against what I bought, and now my upside calls are, in fact, in the money because instead of being at the money yesterday, they are now 75 cents in the money. You guys know how that works. 27 call, the right to buy the stock at 27 is worth 75 cents when the stock's trading 27.75. So, been as high as 27.78. We're near the high of the day right now. You see that. I just grabbed that screenshot 3 minutes ago. So, bang. Also, I just want to let you know that every day we do the crypto bite, the daily crypto bite during the week. That daily crypto bite is staffed by me, by CJ Reichel, and by Matt Montemayor. This is something where at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, we give an update as to what we see in the market as far as crypto. We talk about interesting headlines. We talk about some altcoins as well as Bitcoin and levels and things like that. It's short. It's usually somewhere between 12 and 15 minutes, and it gives you a good jumping off point for your trading that day and investing in those currencies or assets, depending on how you choose to view them. And you know what? You can join for $1 for the first month. $1. You get the broadcast for free. That's regardless. But you can join for $1 and get the chat room, get the charts, everything for $1 for the first month. If it's not worth it to you after that, just drop it. Otherwise, if you would like to re-up your subscription after that first month, it's $29 a month. And I think you'll find a lot of value there, especially those of you who are new to crypto. But of course, we think that there's enough deeper conversation for those of you who are active crypto investors. Now let's talk about rocket companies. Why? Well, CEO back in January said this is not a stock you want to be short. That would probably be Jay Farner. I can't remember. I know Dan Gilbert is the founder, and I think Jay Farner is the CEO, but I'm not positive of that. But they're both very smart guys. You heard Jim Cramer say, hey, this is a tech company. Yesterday, the 1st of March, at 9:45 in the morning, early in the trading session, we saw unusual call activity. You see that yellow arrow to the far left, that's telling you that's the 1st of March. The other one in the more or less the middle of the page is telling you the stock price, $23.67. They bought 4,000 of the 5th of March, $23.50 calls. So all of you guys and gals on Reddit, Wall Street Bets, bang, thank you. Because we not only saw this, we also saw with our social media scanner, we saw what was going on Reddit. And very nice post over on Reddit. And an awful lot of folks apparently were following that post. And for that reason, picked up by our social media scanner, which scans everything on Twitter, We've got LinkedIn, we've got Facebook, we've got Snapchat. We've got as many of the socials as we possibly can, and an artificial intelligence scans those looking for keywords and for tickerization, in other words, the stock. And then we run that against what we saw, which, as you see, was in the very beginning of the day yesterday. And certainly a lot of people traded because 320,000 contracts traded yesterday on the call side alone, 5 times that of the puts. That's interesting, isn't it? And then that's against 85,000 average daily volume in January and February. So you might say that, yeah, 4 times normal in the ballpark. That's pretty weird. People were really piling into this one. And then today, I was on the halftime report and spoke about the March 2350 calls, which you just saw on that prior slide. And they bought March 30 calls. They bought March 35 calls. They bought March 37 calls. They bought everything. Come on. They bought everything. And there was the stock popping from 23 to 2350 to 2964, so call it $6. Wow, what an incredible performance, right? There's me talking about those 2350 calls that expire this Friday. The other calls they were buying expire 2 weeks from now, the third Friday in March. And you know what? In the first hour and a half, it traded 341,000 contracts in the first hour and a half. Not in a full session, not in a week, in the first hour and a half. And then I wonder what that yellow arrow is pointing to. Would that be when I was on halftime and pointed out the unusual activity in all of these different strikes and pointed out that our social media scanner had picked up on that unusual activity? Well, as you probably recognize, my friend Davey Day Trader Global, Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports, love him. As you know, I'm going to be giving him a big check for his Barstool fund. So I truly appreciate, Davey, what you have done, helping, and what all the people who have followed you, 6 figures worth of people, I believe, over 100,000 donations to the Barstool Fund. But Davey Day Trader Global was talking about he has joined forces with a firm that also scans social media called Buzz. That's going to be their ETF, and they're going to post that. Wonder if they had this one. I'm not saying they didn't, but I wonder if they had this one, because we did. And we ran it through both scanners, HeatSeeker as well as our social media scanner. And I think you'll be hearing a lot more about it because of the success of what we've done here. But there's the stock, as you see, 29.30. There's the volume. Look at those spikes in volume. And there is the stock spiking to $41.54. Bang. That, my friends, is why you trade options. Bang. Thank you, Wall Street Bets. Thank you, Day Trader Global. Thank you, HeatSeeker. Everything conspired to make this a beautiful day. Bang. All right. You want to not miss any of our videos, then go over to Market Rebellion. And you can also, of course, pick us up because we are streamed live on YouTube as well. You can go over to YouTube, type in Market Rebellion. You see that arrow up there again on the page. And then when you hit go, it'll say, okay, here's the Market Rebellion page. Do you want to subscribe? Click that subscribe button, click that bell, and you'll get an alert every time one comes out. You'll get Pete's The Take. You'll get my and CJ and Monty's daily crypto bite. And you'll get our 60-second workout video, weekly market report, 3 at 3. You'll get all of it, and it's all free. All free. You don't need to be a subscriber, no credit cards or anything else. And the only way you're going to get that is to go over to YouTube and type in Market Rebellion and click subscribe. Thank you. All right, let's also hit the other ones that I spoke of today, like General Motors. General Motors April 60 calls. So General Motors April 60s, we see that activity. 18,000 of them, bang, 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 traded like that. That's 1.8 million share equivalent. stock was 53 and change. By the time I went on the halftime, I think it was 54. And the calls were up over 37,000 contracts. That's right. In other words, we're following the smart money. That's our book, and that's what we do. There is the stock pushing towards 55, 54.72, higher by 4%, $78 billion company, and they're buying those April 60s. I bought 54s and was selling higher strikes as we rallied, because that's what I do. By addressing that one-to-one, I can basically cut my exposure to volatility, which is Vega, and I can cut my exposure to time decay, which is Theta. Bang. There is, of course, another shot of our lovely page with all of the, there's ARCs, Renato, who was on with us yesterday. We also put our roundtables up there. Make sure you check it out. I think you'll really get a lot out of it. Only way you can get it regularly is to basically either be a subscriber to us, or if you want it free, it goes up on YouTube as well. Just on YouTube, type Market Rebellion in the search bar. Let's get the last one of the day, DraftKings. Bullish call buying, stock 68.50. They're buying the April 70 calls just out of the money. So you could buy those. You could also buy a lower strike and sell those. You have to decide how to trade because I can't tell you that. But I can tell you what I did. I did them one-to-one, and I bought at the money, sold out of the money. There's the stock moving through 70. Bang, up $1.50 from when we talked about it. You know the drill. Doesn't mean that I'm out of it. Since these are April options, I'll probably be in them about a month, maybe a little bit longer. All right, let's get to the questions, shall we? Questions today that were directed to either me at Jon Najarian or at 3@3_UOA are as follows. 1, Jana, and her handle is at JANA_ALSHAMMARY. All right, Jana. She says, hi, John. Hi, Jana. Would you like to talk about Uber for this week's call? Sure, I would. I love Uber. I think what they're doing is fabulous. I'll be able to talk soon about somebody in the pot space that is doing something similar to what Uber did with Drizzly, because Uber, of course, buying Drizzly is getting into the delivery of alcohol. I have one that's delivery of pot that I think is a publicly traded company that you guys should be aware of as well. But I'll tell you what, Jana, I will look at that Uber for this week. In fact, do I have it up here? No, I don't. But I'll look at it, Jana, and on tomorrow's show, I'll update it for you. Here is somebody talking about, hey, John, any thought on volatility? I like the UVXY calls, looking to buy today. So UVXY, and you see this is their scribbling or chicken scratching, not mine. But as you see, they're looking at the 9 calls, they're looking at the 10 calls, they're looking at a spread perhaps between those two where they can put on something for 16 cents that could go to $1. I like the odds there a lot. That's why I trade options. CCIV. All right, any thoughts on CCIV price action and any prediction for the near term, midterm, long-term outlook? Where do you think it will bottom? Well, CCIV is one of those that has shown up continuously on our social scans, and shares have just been under pressure today. They're down about 8.5%. Let's see, what was the high on the day? High on the day was 30.39. The low is 27.81. Right now it's trading just off of that low at just over $28 a share. I think that CCIV is an interesting play, but as you know, any of the SPAC space stuff, it is feast or famine. And obviously today, it's not so much feast, and I will have an update on this one as well as Uber for Jana tomorrow. By the way, Burkut's handle was at BERKUT 10669995. Thank you, Burkett. All right. Trade CNBC, the hat winner. That's right, baby. So my friend at Trade CNBC, that's his handle, over in Jersey, we're going to be sending you this, the fabulous, guaranteed to be a winner, Market Rebellion, Trade Like a Rebel, knit cap. Can't buy them in a store, can only win them here. You win them by tweeting and retweeting our content. So in other words, if you respond to our content, we appreciate that. You're in the running. If you retweet Pete's The Take, my 3 at 3, my workout video, AJ Monty's, the Daily Crypto Bite, all of that. If you do that, you would be where Trade CNBC is, which means you could be wearing this lovely brand new knit cap that we just got. Bang. All right, folks, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to being back here tomorrow with you. I will not be on halftime, but I will be broadcasting 3 at 3, and I look forward to that. I'll be back on halftime Thursday. Pete's probably in between there as well. Thanks. Bye-bye.